to do? Back once again. And I want to talk about this idea that love needs to be reinvented. Now, of course, for those that believe in the good old book, you would hear that God is love and love is God. So, how can God be reinvented? I guess based on this idea of love needs to be reinvented. That's a very good question. I'm here to tell you that what I mean by love needs to be reinvented is we need to reinvent our perception of love. Like with the thumbnail, you kind of see like this sort of a mixture of a steampunk and cyberpunk type of a heart, just in the way of its mechanicals, if you will, but based on something more sculpted. Um, where I'm getting at with this, because I'm gonna talk about this more in a more elaborate way at my other channel, Rayology XM Plus. I'm actually working on sort of a documentary on this idea, so stay tuned. That's coming out real soon at Rayology XM Plus. But just to summarize here, I'll say this: you got to do things that aren't being done right now. You got to be a pioneer right now when it comes to things. Some of the greatest ideas were based on mistakes. So love needs to be reinvented. Just think about the frustration that is going on right now with all these gender wars, allegedly. And maybe our answer for how we can work this thing out with each other is in the midst of every argument we have with people that we call ourselves trying to love and trying to be with and trying to stay with. Maybe after every argument, think about, man, I just want to be with this person. Like, I don't like us arguing. Maybe that's your answer right there. How to be with that person without the arguing, or knowing that arguing makes it to where y'all can't be together. Or more or less, like, how can we just actually just continue to be together? Okay. See, that right there, that little mistake right there, based on, if y'all got into an argument or something, could have led to something great. So, without saying much, I'm giving y'all a sneak peek of what I want to continue to talk about over at Reality XM Plus. If you haven't subscribed to that channel yet, make sure you do so. I'll put the link to that channel in the comment section for those on the replay. Okay. But we have to get back to these things. If we really want to love each other more, we just got to dig a little deeper. We got to work a little harder at it. See, that's another key to love being reinvented. Us realizing we got to work harder with this. Okay? We ain't working hard enough to keep each other. We ain't really showing each other love. Now, what I mean by this, working harder to keep each other, no, I just mean just being more dedicated to really be more appreciative, to really just being happy that person is there in your life. Like really just trying to put forth the effort just to show that you care and that you love. I just don't think we do enough of that. You know, uh, we don't wake up to smell the roses, and we do not wake up trying to wish each other a good day. We don't do these things. So reinventing love sometimes means you have to reverse engineer some things like the Chinese do all the time with everything that is sent over from the West. So yeah, you got to reverse engineer even a lot of things about love. Maybe just because love has become too artificial, it's become too systematic, it's become too mechanic instead of organic. Maybe the creator is like, y'all gotta strip this thing down to its soul. We have taken the soul out of what love's supposed to mean, right? Becoming more soulful about it. When was the last time y'all heard people talk out here about bringing soul back into love? We know that People might say, man, you're going to lose your soul being around that person. That person is soulless. But what about putting the soul back into love then? Reinventing love. Okay. I'm just saying things like that that I think is so missing, to where if just a little bit of what I'm saying was actually applied, you'll be around a person that's more mindful of you every day and your interactions, and the fact that they should be healthier around you and amongst you based on what they say, what they do, based on what they don't say, what they don't do. It should all be soulful, healthy, mindful in how we interact with each other. Uh, Being more thoughtful, being more courteous, being more conscientious, being more enthusiastic about each other, uh, being more charismatic, being more prayerful. Yes, being more prayerful. Okay. Reinventing love. Okay. In many ways, resurrecting it, bringing it back out from the dead, from the depths of what we decided to do about it based on, okay, the creator gave this to us, this idea of love to have, to show as part of the energy, as part of the 528 hertz that's out here. It's everywhere around us. It's the air we breathe, it's the water we drink, but we don't appreciate it. And that's why it needs to be reinvented, because these are things that I believe if we had less of, we would appreciate more. What I mean by this is, let's say you stopped breathing, or you were, you would appreciate every breath of air. Water, same way. You start to get dehydrated, you're going to want some water. Now, what I mean by this in regards to reinventing love, true love is rare nowadays. So I believe when it is out there, only a few people going to get this thing. Only a few people even going to understand this type of a video that I'm doing right now. So reinventing love to where it is so rare that people will long for it, people will look for it, but only the right people will know it's there. Only the right people will appreciate it and do everything they can to work on this with the next person. See, but yes, it starts with the love yourself, not necessarily self love. It starts with loving yourself, okay? And then the people that get around your life have to gravitate to that love that you have for yourself. Reinventing love, okay? It starts with reinventing yourself based on the love you have for yourself. It starts with how you view yourself, to where the other person has to connect to that. Not necessarily match it, but connect to it. Connect to this new you. So, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Uh, you have to want the boo thing to be the new thing, literally. Like people that you meet that you really want to have some long term with now, they have to be like someone you've never met before. Literally, they are. The whole way of thinking, the whole way they look at life, it should be totally different. To where it's like, yo, this is what I need. I need this path, right? And that's the thing. I believe love has to be reinvented, just because we're just seeing the same old results nowadays. People talking the same old language. People having the same old complaints. Just things are just too much of the same old, and it ain't getting us nowhere. So, reinventing love from the standpoint that yes, we're finally going somewhere. We're not talking the same old things that are going on out here. We taking care of business. We standing on business, right? And we moving forward. And I think that's the key, with knowing that with real love in this day and time, as you reinvented, if you will, uh, you're all about moving forward. You're about moving forward with love. No holding back, no going backwards, moving forward at all times. I think that's a concept a lot of people just don't really fully understand about love. Love is a forward direction. It's not a backwards direction. It's not a on the side or sideways direction. It's moving forward. It doesn't stay in one place. The only time it's staying in one place is when it's enduring a storm, right? And then after the storm, it'll continue to move forward. So love not only is progressive, it's also enduring, right? So reinventing love to be even more enduring, to be even more progressive. Now, from the creator, that means that he wants to show you how to have more enduring and progressive love for yourself, for him. You know, that way you remember what he said. He said, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. For you display that also in a sense of love to somebody else, people, ladies and gentlemen. For you tell them the same thing. I'll never leave you nor forsake you. And as I say at this channel, love never dies and love never gives up on the other person. Reinventing love from that standpoint to where it's a serious commitment. When you say I love you, when you say you're gonna be with that person, it's a serious commitment. You don't take it lightly. You don't just walk off on a person when things get rough. You stick to it. Reinventing love to where people understand the essence of committing to a person when it comes to love. You don't go about all these different excuses. You don't even go about being all biblical with it as far as, well, there's different types of love. There's agape love and all that, and there's eros love and all. No, 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 no. All that is still love. It streams from the same tree. Still all based on one love. That's just different actions of what? Love. It's not different types of loves, if you will. No, it's still all one thing. Like, but people try to talk about these other quote types of love from the Bible when they're trying to friend zone somebody, right? That's not cool. But you have to embody love, especially when it comes to somebody you're getting close with. That love shouldn't change, right? See, there you go. Don't be like, oh, all of a sudden I just want to agape love you. I don't want to love you like arrows. Like, no, 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 no. Love don't change. Love don't change. You might show somebody uh, a different flow of that love at that time, but love don't change. And I still love you because I meant it. That's not gonna change. You see what I'm saying? So reinventing love to where people understand love at its fullness, its simplicity, its purity. There's no deviation. There's no additives to it, right? There's no preservatives to it. It's just that. It's what it is. Everybody want to dilute and making different denominations of love and all that. All this. And so you're on the internet and you're hearing all these different takes on it, and it's just driving you crazy, right? Like, does anybody understand what really love is? But that's why love needs to be reinvented. It needs to be re-examined. It needs to be redone over again. So I strive to really talk about stuff like this at my channel here for everybody else to want to know and want to grow with. Like I do say, I don't like to say get to know. I like to say grow to know. So that's another aspect of reinventing love. It's just seeing things different in regards to love, not trying to say things and be on the same type of wavelength verbally as other people when they're talking about love and things about love, right? But with that said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thanks a million for stopping by. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Signing off and blasting off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.